Well, hello, Sagittarius. This is your monthly romance reading, tarot consultation. Um, and this will be for, let's see, it'll be for October 17th through November 17th. And wow, um, I would say if there's one theme for this reading, because, as you can see, I've already spread all the cards and like I've been getting all kinds of messages for you, Sagittarius, this month. Like, get off the cross and stop lying to yourself, okay? That's like the main theme here that I can see right offhand. And I'm feeling very passionate about this right now because I can see another video coming out of this, a tapping video, because I think we all kind of need some of this. Anyhow, in the first position, let me show you what I mean, Sagittarius. Now, this is a general reading, so this may apply more to some of you than it does to others. And of course, please check for the readings for your ascendant and your moon sign. But in the first position, this is how you see your partner or potential partner. And actually, they're telling me, for a lot of you that are single and you're out there looking, the Five of Pentacles is, kind of feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold, having really a lack of love. And so the fact that it came up in the reverse, this is telling me that, you're looking for a relationship to kind of get you out of the cold, to keep you from feeling lonely. Whether you're being honest with yourself about this or not, you just don't want to feel lonely anymore. You don't want to feel abandoned anymore. All these things you don't want to feel. And so your refuge is to go into a relationship. Look for a romantic relationship to make you feel better. Now, the other card that I pulled about this to get some clarification about it, strength. Now, when this comes in the upright position, I would say that you're doing your work and you're fully embodying your soul, or at least you're working on that. But the fact that it came up in the reverse, it's like you're trying to get your strength. You're still trying to get what your parents didn't give you in terms of love and affection. You're still trying to find that in a romantic relationship. And guess what, Sagittarius, this is not going to work. Once again, it will not work. It didn't work before and it won't work now. I'm really getting, a feeling, an inspiration that I really have to be very forthright with you on this. It's not going to work. Maybe you need someone to finally tell you, it's time to stop lying to yourself. This isn't going to work. Now, this is how your partner sees you, the Empress, okay? This is a woman who is very fertile, tends to be very loving, very generous, kind of an earth mother kind of person. And this they're showing me is how your partner looks at you. So I'm going to say it looks like and feels like that maybe you tend to attract men. Oh, and also she's very sensual, sexy. So what I'm getting from this is that you tend to attract men that are looking for you to be that sexual provider. You're looking for men, and because you so much are looking for a relationship to take you out of the cold, to make you feel loved and make you feel like a part of something, it's very easy to allow somebody into your life who's going to just be wanting to, they're saying use you. You're attracting Peter Pans, guys who want to use you up. They want you to be your mommy, cook for them, clean for them, And then eventually they turn around and cheat on you. That's the thanks you get for being their mommy. Because actually men don't want to sleep with their mommy. You know, maybe at first they'll use you for sex and so forth, but after a while, you know, he feels like he's sleeping with his mommy and it's not very attractive anymore. So, wow, I'm really, you know, I hope that none of you get offended, but I'm really getting inspired here to tell you the truth, to really speak to you in a way that you can hear, because maybe nobody has ever said this to you before. And I'm getting a feeling coddling is not going to do it. Because the next card up, this card represents your needs, and they're telling me your perceived needs in a relationship. First card up was Seven of Swords. This is the cheating card, or sometimes it's about lying, but in this case, they're saying there's a lot of self-deception going on here. And what comes to mind with this is, how many more years are you going to keep telling yourself the story that, well, I just haven't met the right one yet? How many more years are you going to just keep thinking to yourself, well, maybe I just have bad luck in love. I just haven't met the right guy yet, but someday. And Spirit is really wanting me to shake you and say, stop it. Stop the self-deception. Get off the cross. See, this is the hanged man. You know, sometimes with the hanged man, I kind of get, you know, the image of Jesus on a cross. You know, it's like, and it came up in the reverse. It's saying, get off the effing cross, okay? And stop lying to yourself. You know, okay, let me just say this to you. If you're not attracting the kind of man that you want, and I'm going to say this again and again and again in all my videos until you all get it, it's because you are subconsciously blocking it. There's some part of you that doesn't feel comfortable with allowing yourself to be loved. Okay? Now, if you grew up in a home where there was abuse going on, how in the world would you actually know how to attract a man who can love you? How would you know? It's not your fault, but there are some things that you need to work on as far as healing your childhood wounds. Because until you do, you can lie to yourself all you want. It's not just about, I haven't found the right one. It's about your energy. You are finding men who are matching your energy. That's why you haven't found the one. How your partner sees you, or what your partner needs in the relationship, sorry. What your partner needs to do in the relationship is stop waiting around and kind of he really needs to take charge of the situation of his life, really, in a positive way. See, the emperor is a ruler. He likes structure. He likes to be in control. And when it's upright like this, it's actually in a positive sense. But it's like, you know, the Seven of Pentacles is kind of like waiting around to see what's going to happen. And this is saying, you know, your partner needs to, you know, stop waiting for something to happen, especially if he is one of these mommy's boys, who's, you know, a Peter Pan who's just looking for you to be his mommy, you know, and maybe he's not getting a job because, or, you know, because he's wanting you to take care of him. I don't know. They're just literally saying he needs to take charge of his own life, really, and leave, you know, let you be his girlfriend, not his mommy. Okay, the next card up. I don't know. I've got really fired up today. This is the current state of the relationship. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Pentacles normally when it's upright, it means, you know, people working in cooperation together, working as and because this is a relationship reading for romance, what I'm getting out of this is that because it came up in the reverse, it's like the two of you are not working as a team at all. You know, so that's the current state of the relationship. Of course you're not working as a team. He thinks you're his mommy. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but you know, honestly, you know, this is what's going on for a lot of you right now, and it needs to stop. You know, it's real. And oh, and by the way, I forgot to say this at the beginning of the reading. I got so fired up just even looking at these cards. I want you to tune into your relationship and think about a question that you have about your relationship. Or if you're looking for a relationship, a question that you might have about that, because the final card is going to be the outcome. And this whole reading is really, you know, Sagittarius, I hope that you can really take this from the place of love that it's really coming from. I'm telling you this with love. This whole reading is like a wake up call for you, okay? Because you've got a pattern going that is, if you keep this up, if you continue to do this pattern, oh my God, you know, 20, 30 years from now, you'll still be in the same place. You'll still be doing the same thing that you've always done because you keep repeating the same pattern. Or maybe even worse, I don't know how it could get much worse, but what usually happens is after about 20, 30 years of doing the same thing in a relationship, the same pattern, um, women will say, you know, this is just too much work. Relationships are just too much work. I don't want to do it anymore. Well, yeah, it's too much work when you're being his mommy. It is too much work. And then to have him leave you for someone else, how humiliating is that? So yeah, I get it. So I don't want to see you do that anymore. So in the sixth position, this is the path that you want the relationship to follow. This is the Page of Swords. It's like, and because it's in the reverse, normally the page, you know, is someone that kind of brings a message. And the swords are about mental kinds of things and about communication. And wow, okay, so what I'm hearing is it's like you're still waiting around for him to get it. You're still waiting around for him to get the message. Oh, and they're also telling me you're doing a lot of hinting, expecting that he's going to get, you know, get what you're talking about. You're not even really communicating very effectively. Next card up. Wow. So this is the path that your partner would like things to follow. Your partner wants to be the king. He wants to be the king, in control, mentally in control of everything, and wants to kind of cut through the crack. Next card. I'm going a little bit faster now because this reading is going a little bit longer. Okay, next card. This is the Three of Staves, and it came up in reverse. And this is in the position of something else that you know, a factor that you need to consider in the relationship. So, you know, the Two of Staves is where the guy's kind of he's looking out over the ocean and he's got to make a decision to move forward, maybe a choice. But the three is showing you're already on solid ground now. You're there. You've arrived. But you need to like move forward. You need to do something because it came up in reverse. It's like here you are, you're there, but like you're not really moving forward. And you're repeating the same thing over and over again, as I said before. And for clarity, I picked another card, and it was the Six of Pentacles. This is a need to have balance in the relationship, to have an equal give and take within the relationship. That's what you're really looking for. Now, whatever your question was, remember I asked you to come up with a question? Ta-da! The final card. It's Judgment. Now, didn't I say earlier? This whole reading is a wake-up call. Look at this card. They're actually coming, you know, the dead are actually coming up out of their graves. Talk about a wake-up. They're actually coming back from the dead. So that's why I said this is a wake-up call for you. And I hope that you'll heed the call. The answer to your question is a yes, but some other factors you need to consider. The Chariot came up in reverse. And well, let's see here. Yeah, the Chariot and the Devil came up in reverse. And the answer to your question about the Judgment, this is a wake-up call. And they're saying, you know, you have an opportunity. The Devil is a card that's about feeling bondage. And oftentimes in relationships, especially once you become sexually involved, when a woman becomes sexually involved with a man, she actually becomes bonded to him. And that's not a bad thing if you know that you have the partner that you really want to be with, and you know that you're with someone who treats you well, and it's a very balanced relationship. That's not a bad thing. But if you've got a Peter Pan and you're bonded to him, that could be a really bad thing. So the fact that this came up in the reverse, though, it shows that if you heed the wake-up call, you have an opportunity to break those bonds, to break the bonds that relationships have become to you. And the Chariot in reverse, it's like, this is a victory card when it comes up upright, but it came up in the reverse. So that's just telling me that, you know, you can be victorious. You can really heed that wake-up call and move forward in your life to achieving new kinds of relationships, but you're not there yet. You've got some things that need some work, some childhood stuff that needs to be dealt with. And they're saying some of that stuff that needs to be dealt with may have to do with sexual abuse, whether you remember that abuse or not. And Sagittarius, stay tuned, because this just keeps coming up. And I'm going to be doing some videos about sexual abuse and the effects that it has on relationships, and how you can finally heal it. So stay tuned for that on my channel. And so that's your reading, Sagittarius. Please subscribe to my channel, because as I said, I'm going to be doing some other videos with EFT tapping. I'm going to show you how to break yourself free of these bonds, how you get out of that, and how you get out of these negative patterns in relationships. So subscribe, like, and please share these videos with any woman that you know that could really use this, or a man for that matter. So until our next video, have a good one, Sagittarius.